So this is a video I've been putting off making for a long time. I've been doing a series on this channel where we beat the best-selling game from each year since games became popular. We've done Space Invaders. I realise there's a bit of a problem with Space Invaders being first, don't worry about it. Breakout, Adventure, Missile Command, Pitfall, Pac-Man, Mario Brothers on the Atari, it was weird. Duck Hunt, Super Mario Bros. NES, that one was better. We've done The Legend of Zelda, a game that I've not been thrilled about for a long time, but ended up kind of enjoying by the end. However, this video is for the year 1987, Zelda 2. Zelda 2. I've literally never even tried to play Zelda 2 before making this video, and it has become the most difficult, awful, frustrating, just absolutely, utterly unfair gaming experience I've ever had in my entire life. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the entire journey. IGN gave this game an 8.5 out of 10. I know lots of people like this game and there's a big nostalgia for it, but I'm just going to go through what happened and hopefully it's understandable why this was such a difficult experience. When starting this game, I actually started off quite hopeful. The intro screen looks pretty cool, it's a different type of genre, it's kind of side-scrolling. I'd thought, you know what, it can't be as hard as the last one. I was wrong. And as is a running theme with this game, you immediately get slapped in the face with some utter bullshit. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh god! The f***? What the heck? What now? Okay, I'm gonna have to. Oh my god! What the f***? Help! No! Yeah, as I'm sure you know, as you go about in the overworld of this game, all sorts of enemies just try and slap their face on you and just take your entire life from you because they're near impossible to defeat, every single enemy. The main objective of this game is to find 7 different palaces and defeat the bosses within each palace. Once you do that, you basically just beat the game. Sounds simple, right? No! No, not simple. It's not simple. It's f***ing difficult. There's all sorts of stupid shit blocking your way, and let me remind you, every single enemy is so insanely difficult. Here's a map of the first palace. We have to make sure we collect a candle first before we can just go straight to the boss and beat the palace. And not only that, you have to make sure to collect loads of keys within each palace to even be able to get to the final boss, while your character moves at this slow pace. And along the way, there's hundreds of almost unkillable enemies every single time. So the first boss, Horsehead. Don't know why it's called that. Can't tell at all. With this guy, you can only stab him in the face. Apparently the rest of his body's invulnerable to swords or some shit. He swings his mace at you, and he does a shit ton of damage. Okay, so unlike most enemies, this guy was actually really easy. Don't judge me, okay? This one was easy, the rest of them aren't. Before the next palace, we get to another point where you have to run around collecting some junk that you would never even know would be in the world to even progress. A perfect example is the next town we have to go to, the water town of Saria, which is here on the map. We have to go here so that we can cross the river and continue through some caves on our journey. However, we're not allowed to cross. And of course, this is because we haven't met Bagu. Who the f*** is Bagu, I hear you asking? Well, Bagu is this guy. Where does he live? Somewhere in the town? One of the other houses? No, in the middle of the f***ing forest on a random tile that you would have never thought to look at. This game is filled with stupid scenarios like this that make no sense, that you would have never thought to figure out. I'm lucky, I had the internet to tell me all this shit. There's also one of the most crucial items in the game, a Link doll. It's a 1-up, basically. And that's on another random hidden spot as well. If you're trying to tell me that this encourages exploration, I don't care. I already don't want to explore because of the scenarios when I'm moving about the overworld and I'm constantly bombarded with loads and loads and loads of really difficult enemies. Look, I could complain for ages about the same sort of things that are insanely annoying about this game, such as really overly difficult enemies, a bunch of things that you have to collect to move on and progress that you would never be able to figure out without a guide. Something I haven't mentioned is, if you die, you go back to the start of where you died, the start of that room, but if you lose all your lives, you go way further back and you have to backtrack so much, it's so painful, etc, etc. I could go on for a while, but that would make for a really boring and depressing video. So instead, how about this? A montage of me getting owned by a bunch of bosses for a while until I can finally beat them. Yeah, let's do that. And that was the game. My assessment of it was, it's a bestseller, it's a classic, and it's absolutely awful. It was a horrible experience to go through, and I will never do it again. Hopefully, a lot more of the games in this series will be more fun to play, so if you're more interested in that, then check out the playlist in the description of this video, like and subscribe, and follow us on Twitch where I stream this stuff live. I also have a podcast with my brother called Podcast Badly. Links in the description for everything. Thank you for watching the most painful gaming experience I've had ever.